Frequency Convo. I'm your motherfucking host, Wes Hunt, and of course, it's my big brother and my co-host and the second best rapper out of the group.
First best rapper, Juss Da God.
It's pretty on film. I think you gonna say Juss Da God after that. Then on film that he said I'm the best rapper in the group.
I'm always on my square. I get people off this square.
You know what I mean? But yo, this is episode 23. Episode 23. I'm gonna get him off the screen one day. Episode 23. Now, I mean, what's 5 million? Let's go again. Oh, it's 4 or 5.
I think,
I don't see no bullshit on that.
I'll tell you right now, the 5 thing is material.
5's material, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
The 5's material, that's what we, I mean, that's the byproduct. That's the byproduct of doing what you do, nigga, getting that material physical thing. But in this episode, like, you look for what, 5 million and basically numerology and geometry type shit. This episode, the topic is going to be vibrating on a low frequency. Vibrating on a low frequency and
freedom, curiosity, and change.
Freedom, curiosity, and change. That's fine. Oh yeah, we looking for that freedom. You're definitely curious, and you definitely gonna make a change. The 3 questions is gonna be depression. The 3 topics gonna be the depression, anxiety, and laziness. All right, depression, anxiety, and laziness. But you're gonna start it off, man. What is depression? What is depression? What is depression? You know what I'm saying? You have to do a little Wikipedia definition about it. How would you do it?
Depression?
Define depression.
Living in regrets. Living in regrets and can't get past your failures. You know what I mean? And those failures and those regrets become what, you know what I mean? I was actually talking about that earlier tomorrow. Demons. So that's what I think depression is.
And that topic's coming up a lot, actually. You know what I mean? The term of depression, and I think depression is it's unfinished business. It's also trauma based, whether it's from descent-based slavery, where you don't know you have these kind of just emotions because maybe it's passed them up from your mother or your father, or it's like I said, unfinished business type shit. So like, and it's also known that you're not where you need to be mentally, physically, and spiritually, because that's where jealousy and envy come from. Because you know you don't got the work ethic to put in to get the things that you want from somebody else, so you're gonna end up being jealous about them, and that's gonna end up making you depressed. It's all a form of you. Once again, here goes that thing. It's all a form of you, and it's also a form of what you're gonna step in with. Laziness, anxiety is always correlate to depression, but it all comes from the way you feel about yourself.
Regrets.
And it could be regrets. It could be seeing your mother or your father, they depressed, and they what you call it. So they basically teach that to you, so you don't know no other way, and then you don't know how to break out of it. Generational curses type shit.
Depression is frequency-based energy.
And it also comes from unfinished business.
Yeah.
Meaning that you always quit everything you do. You don't never pursue your dreams.
Regrets.
You don't go after the girl you want. You don't go after the guy you want. You
All
don't do that.
regrets.
You know what I mean? Like,
all regrets. People live in a state of regrets all day long. You know what I mean? Regrets. And to the gods, the nation of gods on earth, 5 means power and refinement. I just wanted to say that.
Power and refinement.
Yeah.
That's a 5% law. That's mathematics.
It's supreme mathematics. Power and refinement. So that's where we at. Power and refinement.
Power and refinement. That's real. Understanding culture, freedom, 4 years. That's real. Power and refinement.
You know, it's almost like the same with the astrology shit. Where they, it's almost the same thing, but they just say straight to the point. But anyway, go ahead what you're saying.
So that's how I define depression. Regrets, definitely, always because it's a form of regrets. But it's also knowing your limitations and not overcoming your limitations. Okay, I'm scared to talk to girls just for an instant.
Thinking you have limitations.
Or think, nobody got limitations, but think you have limitations and abiding by those, that thought of that you have limitations, but like, think like, I should talk to that girl. I mean, and you never do, and that makes you salty about a girl. I know niggas that hate girls, bro.
Yeah, I know men that hate girls.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, men.
I know men that
hate women.
Not that they're not gay or nothing like that, but I'm saying
just hate women.
hate this. Every time they talk about them,
every pretty girl's a hold of them.
Yup. And then fuck that bitch. She gonna do this like, you like, damn, what's wrong with this nigga? Like,
because he has hurt that he didn't get past in his life, so he's depressed on women, and that makes him depressed in every situation where he feels he can't trust women, or he feel every woman's gonna be the same as the last, and you should never carry a baggage from one relationship to the next. You gotta really literally figure out why you feel like that about women. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's you. Either you made the wrong decision in the woman you chose. You know what I'm saying? And usually it's, yo boy, I tell people every day, it's usually the one. It's usually the one. It's usually the one.
Yo, so why so many people depressed? Why so many? Because the thing about it is that, yo, mad people is depressed.
Can I ask you a question? I agree. Why are people happy? You think happiness is a hard thing to find?
No.
You know, I was reading this book, right? And it said happiness
and I'm saying that loosely, but no, and I'm gonna say why no with me.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think so neither. Because happiness, right? I was reading this book and it said happiness is easy to find. Just keep doing the things every day that make you happy. And I was like, yo, that's the fucking truth. So if you around people that don't make you happy, get away from them. If when you go over there you're happy, you need to be there more. You know what I'm saying? Doing this podcast makes me happy, so I come to do it. You know what I mean? So you should do the things that make you happy, and it's real easy to find happiness. If you with a girl and she's not making you happy, then you leave. If you with a man that's not making you happy, then you should leave. You know what I'm saying? You should only, and it's easy, but the question is, why don't people make themselves happy? Like, you know what I mean? I don't understand.
It's a check right there. People don't make themselves happy. And I've seen this personally. This is not it. People don't make themselves happy. And the more things I listen to, the more books I read, the more audiobooks I listen to, they confirm what I already knew. People don't make themselves happy because they looking for an outward source to make them happy. Whether it's God, whether it's another man, whether it's another woman, whether it's a friend, whether it's a mentor, they don't ever realize, going back to again, that it starts with them. Like you just said, boom, no, okay, I'm going to elaborate on why being happy is not hard. Because me, I'm not downplaying anybody that still think like this, because I did thought like this for most of my life.
Facts, I might think like that tomorrow.
You know what I mean? But I won't, because I know better. I refuse to
Facts.
anymore. I refuse to. I can't do that. You know what I mean?
My nigga.
Great power comes great responsibility, so and heavy's the head. So I understand my responsibility, so I'm just going to thug it.
I like that.
But like, yo.
I like that.
But
I like that.
It's true. I mean, but
I like that.
yeah, what niggas look for is an outward source. What niggas have to realize is that you're going to have to do things that make you happy, right? People always think they dream, whatever their dreams may be, or a certain amount of money, or a woman, or a guy, because then you get that person, and you're still not happy. Why? Why is the majority of suicides by celebrities and shit like that? Like
you're not eternally happy.
Exactly, you're not eternally happy. Why did somebody get written alive and overdose? Like, because they was never really happy.
No.
So knowing all of this, you get happy from coming home and seeing your kids smile. You can be in a little apartment. Guess what? They're healthy, they're alive, they got clothes on the back, you was able to pay the rent, you was able to put food on their back, they warm, they love it, and they don't know no better. They're not thinking about being rich.
Facts, because I was gonna say that. It's like
in the little things. You ever saw that
the little things build the big
the
things.
little fucking things is the big things. Cause think about when you're on your deathbed, you're not thinking about how much Lambos you drove, you're thinking about if you didn't do your dreams, you're thinking about damn, I should pursue that more.
Or think about the kids you didn't
raise, or the praise properly, or if you don't love your wife as much as you should have did, or you should talk to your pops more, your moms more. You don't think about none of that
It's like
shit.
you know how they say you can learn from
babies and fools.
Babies, fools, old people, animals, all kinds of shit, right? So like, you know what I mean, yesterday, like, you know what I mean, on topic and shit. You know what I mean? I walk in the room and wake the kids up, you know what I mean? And I woke them up. And Nazi got upset, man, like he usually sometimes do. Not all the time, but sometimes he do. And you know what I mean? I'm like, what's wrong? Because you don't want to go to school. I'm like, yo, bro, not for nothing. You should be happy that you woke up. And you should be happy that you woke up in the environment that you did. You're not being abused, you eat, people that love you. People that work, some people didn't wake up. Some people waking up in the hospital. Some people waking up in the jail. Some people waking up and they've been abused. Some people waking up and they have you. And you waking up every morning, you should be happy. And then I said, look at your little brother. Because this shit makes my heart smile every fucking morning. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to not be working in the fashion I was before, because I wouldn't be able to see this. I walk in that room every morning to wake them up. When I walk in there, usually the first one up pops up off the bed, right? And and the first thing Now he's getting older. You should be crying. The first thing is this: big smile, a big smile, and that shit makes me feel good. You know why? Because he's appreciating just seeing us. He appreciates. He knows nothing now. He appreciates that, and I'm like, if that's what we need to be like. Yo, appreciate your loved ones. Appreciate waking up. Appreciate the thing, and then maybe you won't be so depressed every day.
You won't.
Appreciate
Nah,
the
maybe.
little things.
Nah,
I
maybe.
agree with you,
Maybe
bro.
won't. Listen.
I agree with you,
I'm not
bro.
where I need to be in my motherfucking life.
Neither one of us.
Physically, as goals and aspirations, and I understand that. But I also take, this is another thing, but I also take comfort in the fact that I'm on my way, and I also take fact and comfort that I'm taking steps, whether it's an inch, 2 inches, 7 meters, or a leap to where I need to be. And I'm also glad that I'm not where I was where I was years ago, whether it's physically, mentally, or spiritually. I'm growing every facet, so I know I'm taking a step. And a lot of people just go physically. Oh, they got a good job, cool. But I know more than anything, even more than my financial situation, which I've grew mentally and spiritually leaps and bounds. So the thing about it is this, man. I'm gonna tell you a little quick, so I'm gonna go on. Is this quick? You know what I mean? I never did no real stints in no jail, shit like that. But like, I've spent a few times in the bookings. But like I said, when I was in, every time, for everybody that spent real time in prison and everybody that went to the bookings or even a precinct, I guarantee everybody can agree with me on this. And he done went like way more times than I did, 13, 14. Everybody agree on one thing. You're not thinking about cars, money, pussy. This, I'm not talking about in prison. You might be thinking about pussy long term. I'm talking about, and when you initially go there, all you thinking is about it. I wish I was home. Or I wish I was with my girl. Like Vaughn talk about that. They said, I be thinking, I just wish I was home watching TV. You think about the most simplest things. I know me personally. I thought about the most. I never thought about it. I wish I was a 4-player. That's out there. I wish I was. I never thought about that. I was like, damn. I just wish I was with my niggas talking, smoking a blunt. Like the corniest, the regular things.
Like one of the
like so, like that's the things that matter.
One of the last times.
Hold on, before I forget.
Go ahead.
My fault. Somebody said some shit that was really touching me. I forgot who said it. It was in one more vision show I was listening to, and he talking about The Office, which I love the show The Office. And my nigga Dwight Schrute, he said something real. He said, I wish I knew it was the good old days when you was back in the good old days. Like, it's true. When you back in them times, I wish I knew this was the good old days. Then I was back in the good old days. You like, oh, I wish I was home there. You wanted to.
The grass holes were green on the other side, and that's why I was going hold that thought, and then hold that thought, and then say one thing on that, and then hold that thought. Like one of the last times I was knocked up in the booking, nigga, I cried. Man. I cried because I came outside to get food, to go home and make breakfast for wifey, my new little baby that I just had, and his uncle who was just like a little baby too, you know what I'm saying? Because they're only a year apart from each other. And I went out there and I saw an opportunity to bust a sale, and I bust a sale because, you know what I mean, I ain't in militant mode like we usually be in. So I bust a sale to undercover and I got caught out there. And that shit broke my heart. Because now I'm like, I'm supposed to be getting breakfast to make, and I'm sitting in here, and that shit broke my heart. And all I want to do is go home to see, you know what I mean? Because I know the consequences of always getting locked up. You could get a chance to see the judge and he say reprimand him, now you're on the Rikers Island. And in many situations, especially in mine, I don't want to go. And it's not that I don't want to go Rikers. I don't want to go Rikers for different situations because, you know what I mean? Because you know, I won't even get into all of those logistics.
But yo, tell your story quick, fast, and then we're about to move into the last part, then to the next topic. Well, this is this, yo. I'm gonna give my quick testimony. Anybody can believe it, they don't have to believe it. I don't give a fuck if you want to be honest, but this is a real testimony, and this is what literally made me stop hustling. The last time I got locked, same thing like him. I was gonna see my shorty, she was living in Delaware, and I said, I had money. This time that Gunny gave me, he had the XO, and he was getting, it was just profit. There was no re-up, so it was all profit. I had like 300, 400 just in my pocket, but greed. That's what it says it's sin. I get what it says.
Most of the times I got locked up, when I was hustling, was because of my greed.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When they say it's a sin, I get it. It's a low frequency energy. I said, I don't need the money. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
The cup is spilled over and you still want to keep pouring more in the cup.
I went outside, right? I said, yo, I go outside. I saw that little nigga that was in the bread spot that day, that little fucking Indian weirdo. You know what I mean? I gave him a pound, he bought a 20. I don't know if he was CI at the time, whatever. He came back around me, and I'm getting a 10. I said, oh, it's flowing. But you know what? In my head, I said, I shouldn't go outside, but I'm outside already. What happens on the second one? Ooh. This the first time. You ever seen New Jersey Drive? When he, at the end, he said, yo, I just didn't want to run no more. He got locked up.
Yeah.
I swear to, yo, bro, when this shit is, I got tired of making excuses, trying to stash it quick. I got tired of all that. I just said, say, yeah, sorry. Yes, this ain't my bad. I was over it. I was over it. I got locked up. This one most times. I got into one, maybe a bit almost. I got into it with the CEOs and that shit like that. Me and some other nigga, like, it was just one of the most confrontational times. And I
You didn't really want to be there no more. That's why.
And God, the high self, God, the high frequency, the all, it's trying to teach me something. I'm getting to a point. Quick, fast. I sleep in that, speed it up. I could go on, but I sleep, lay next to a part of the piss. Literally, cause like, you know, right by the toilet bowl, you know, not that people's pissing on the floor, but you know, after everybody, you gotta keep pissing.
Yeah,
just, you know what I mean? So I'm like, and I saw my life flash before my eyes, believe it or not. When I was a football player, wrestler, basketball player, when I go against up to art and design, all this shit, like, that, all my potential. And I'm hustling cigarettes, hustling a little bud, and I'm sleeping next to this. And I literally heard in my left ear, you have to believe it or not, do you hear me now?
Yeah, nigga.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, nigga.
I don't know, like I said, it had to be the all God, higher self, I don't know what.
Higher self.
It said, do you hear me now? And I answered out in the cell, out loud. I said, yeah, I wasn't even scared. I knew it was supernatural, but I wasn't scared. It felt familiar, and I know I can't pin the voice. So I said, yeah. I said, I hear you. And I left it. My nigga was still on the block. My big bro was still on the block, bro. And I don't want to leave him out there because the block was crazy. So I don't want to leave him out there by himself. That's why I never wanted to leave. I don't want to leave my nigga, so, but I let go all my fear. I applied for a job and I got my job at Remark. And from there, I never. When niggas say that shit ain't real, it's real, bro.
It's fact. Like, I'm telling you, like, the reason I did probably the reason I didn't want to go out, because niggas, I ain't born here. And I'm thinking, I'm putting, not seeing my baby. Losing everything for a little bit of money. I'm like, I ain't doing this shit no more. And you know what I mean? And at times I still had to do it till I found a job, but I ain't want to do it no more. But I wanted to say something to you about, like, see, that's why I don't look like at, right now at the stage of where we at, I see things so much better. We already successful. You know what I mean? What the grind is for right now, for me, ain't even success. From the minute we did the podcast and we got past episode 1, from the minute we did one song, we got past, and I see that now, we got past one song, we got past the 2 songs, 3 songs, did an album, did man more than 50 songs, over 3 songs. Nigga, I'm successful with that. What I'm looking for right now is to be profitable with it, so I can be financially free. You understand? Because we're already successful. We already living the success. That's why you have the people that you inspire, right, with what we do, and that's why we have the people that hate with what we do.
We got more haters than haters.
No, we got more. No, I disagree. We got more.
Maybe.
We got more people that we inspire.
Even people that's hating them, we inspire them.
Because no, haters are inspired by
motivation somewhere in the world.
But they don't know how to express it. Yeah. They don't know how to come and say they don't know how to come like those was fly sneakers. Their ego forbid them from doing that.
Because they're not comfortable with themselves.
Right, they're not comfortable within themselves. So that, you know what I mean? But I could literally count on my hands how many people we inspire, people support us versus how many people who don't. You know what I'm saying? So we great. So you can go ahead, bro.
But to close that question off, why are so many people depressed? It's because people think it's a mindset, but it's really a choice.
Facts.
Depression is a choice. To be depressed is a choice. And how do I know that? Because I'm not speaking from some fake high frequency.
I'm speaking from a
straight experience for most of my life. And as I look back at myself, when I step outside, I know what it is, and as I look at all the people I love and people around me that are just acquaintances and walk-bys, and that's what it is. It's a choice. You choose every day to be in a depressed state, because you know why? It feels like home. It's comfortable, it's what you know.
Yeah,
being positive today is hard. Because you know why? Because sometimes you don't be in a positive situation, but instead of that positive mindset, it seems like, oh, this is fake. But is it? Is the glass half empty or half full? They both. It's how you look at it.
I always say this. I always say, you know why? I tell people this. I say, you know why bad people win all day long and why good don't? So-called good.
Bad believes.
Because let me tell you something about, that's why I believe in righteousness over good. Because good people are conditioned that when things don't work for them, they turn very fucking negative. That's the problem with the so-called good people. When things turn negative, they turn, when things turn bad for them, they turn very negative. They start asking, why me? A negative person who's out here doing the wrong don't never ask when they get caught up, why me? They learn and they go back out and do negative again if they're about that life. That's the difference. See, that's why I believe you should just be righteous. Because when you're righteous, you do what's right every single day.
But one could argue that being righteous is hard. Being low frequency is easy. And I can literally say that from experience. Being righteous is hard. Be vibrating on a high frequency at all times. When somebody go low, you still go high.
It makes sense.
It's hard. All the time. But the choice, but guess what? Anything good and anything worth having is hard. Anything easy to get is usually not good for you. Like you said, sugar and all this is cheap and accessible. The more expensive shit is the more healthy shit. But it's more healthy for you. The shit you can buy at the corner store is killing you. But hey, it tastes good. It's just like...
Absolutely. But let me tell you something though. I completely agree with you, what you just said. But one thing I could tell somebody, right? The only reason why it's hard to be righteous, because doing the right thing ain't hard to do, because you know what's right from inside. You know what I mean? Because what's good for you today may not be good for me today. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that good shit. But here's the thing. You know what the problem is, bro? Most people don't know how to cut the fat. I remember like one of the people like you know what I'm saying, I admire, I looked at as a mentor, you know, Eric. Right? And Eric told me, yo, bro, when I came home from jail and I couldn't hustle no more and I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do no more, but I still wanted to live the same life from when I used to make that money. I had to figure it out. And then I realized, looking around me, the people that I was around, I had to remove myself from the people that I was around because they didn't want the same things I want. And I think the most reason why most people can't stop vibrating on that frequency because they still continue to drink the sugar.
So can I ask something? How do you cure depression?
You answered it. You have to want to cure depression.
I was about to say that. Simple.
You have to want to do it.
Simple.
I can't. You can go to every psychologist and sit down and talk all day long. They can give you all the pills in the world. You have to want not to be depressed. Because it's said from what you started from the beginning. And it goes back to old episode 1. It starts within. It starts with you. The minute you look in the mirror and say, I don't want to live like this no more, I don't want to be like this no more, it all changes. Listen.
You know what's the crazy part? When people hear this, because I tell this to a lot of people and I see, because I'm a body language almost an expert, almost. I'll say about like 40, 50%. I'm not going to have that much hubris. But, my nigga, listen, you know how people hate that shit? Because they be like, oh my God, going back to my point said, live with some damn kind of savior. And that's the God complex that we was taught. For everything.
Yeah.
Maybe for something, imagine it, and we was taught that. So that forms itself in every other facet in our life without us even knowing it. I'm not trying to say don't connect to the all, do that. But you take one step towards God, that's where all these things come from. You take 2 towards you, but forget it. Forget the 2 towards you. You take the 1 step. So niggas all on you. Going back to it. He don't come in your life, or I'm gonna say he's being loosely. But the energy don't come in your life to be like, hey, I'm pulling you. No, it don't work like that, nigga. Or Chica, you gotta take the 2 steps. The thing about it is, hold up, go to my point. This should be the best thing you ever heard in your life. You need to look at the glass half half full. Oh my God. If I want to cure depression, it's up to me. If I want to change my dreams, it's up to me. If I want to have a good relationship with my girls, it's up to me. If I want to be a good father, it's up to me. If I want to be a girl, up. Yes, that's great. Yeah. That means you have the control.
Soul controller. You're a God. You are soul controller.
Love it.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand like what he was just saying. Like when you take that 1 step, what it means, like if you look like if you go and prescribe to read the Bible and you read the Bible and Jesus walked into the temple.
That is like even if you don't prescribe to the Bible, there's a lot of deep proverbs and all this shit that you still can learn from, bro.
Right. No, but
this shit is deep. I get what they mean.
I look at the logicness, but look at the logic when Yeshua, who they call Jesus, walked up into the temple and he seen people in church paying money to the reverend, the pastor, the high priest, whoever, you know what I'm saying? And he got mad and tight and kicked over shit and turned over the tables and did all of that shit. Why? And he said, yo man, you don't have to give this man no money to connect to God. What did he say? He said, all you have to do is go to your room and close the door. And what he meant was if you just go, you cannot gain information about your higher self from another man. That's why he's like, yo, are y'all really doing this to these people? That's why he kicked over this shit. Like, y'all tricking the people.
One of the biggest.
He didn't say, he didn't say, go to another church. He said, nah, nigga, just go to your room and close the door. Why? Because when you do that, you're meditating and you can connect to your higher self. That's what he was saying. People read the Bible wrong. He was saying, if you go and you close that door, you connect to your higher self, which is God. You can then hear and get and all the information coming to you from your higher self, which is God. But how can you get that from that man? That man ain't you.
Think about
His
it.
download is for him.
And think about it.
Go ahead,
Speaking of
bro.
download, perfect segue. What he said is right. I'm just going to piggyback on what he said. One of the Jews, which they had 1 million in Matrix 1. But one of the Jews is this. And this one of the Jews I always took. Because you know what? For some reason, I always thought I was going to be the one. That means
You are.
anybody is. That's the whole point I'm about to get to. Like, and
You are, and I am.
and Ron, and Ron, like, in my story, I'm the one, he's my Morpheus.
And in my story, I'm the one in me, and Tutu's my more.
See,
You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm trying to say? Like, because I'm not gonna lie, like I said the other day, using me, my brother, all my brothers on, he put us on the hip hop, he's the oldest brother, so, and he's vibrating on our frequency just naturally, so like, he put us on to a lot of shit, and I was the youngest. It's like, I always think about the shit, what's first shall be last, and what's last shall be first.
Prodigal son.
So I was the youngest, so that shit, everybody, and I had 3 older brothers that was on some high frequency shit, so they all trickled down to me, and I just literally absorbed. That's what Candace said, like, I can see your
Soaked
old,
it in.
you know what Candace
Like a
conversation, like, I can see all 3 big brothers only. I can
I could agree with that.
like, and I don't see it, but I
can agree with that.
Like, cause I get it, because I did. I was the youngest brother, and he was my idols at one point. My pops, my big brothers, I was the youngest. They was cool. So I soaked up what they did. So I took this shit and ran with it. Once you start telling me shit like that, in the 90s, he was talking about the whole pale horse and before they lost power, all the war. Shit, they exposed me to shit I probably shouldn't have been exposed to.
No,
I should have. I didn't start talking like that.
You was meant to be exposed.
I was meant to be exposed to, yeah.
That's the reason why.
You make you talk stupid.
That's the reason why. You understand? That's the reason why I'm born, and I'm born on a frequency. The only reason that you're born to the same mother that I'm born is because you was going to be born on the same frequency. The reason why I'm your brother,
you call the same family.
the reason why I'm your brother is because you're me and I'm you. Who's born first, who's born last is irrelevant. The first shall be last, the last shall be first, the prodigal son. None of that shit even matters. Because, you know what I'm saying? All it is different versions and copies of the same ore, which we call God. So you just another version and copy of it, and I'm just one version and copy of it. That's why when they say we all made in the likeness of God, if I look in the mirror, I don't look like you, you don't look like me. But they're talking about what's on the inside. You know what I mean? So you're another version and copy of the ore, and I'm another version and copy of the ore. But me and you, we brothers, we vibrate on that same frequency line that we came. So everything that is meant to be. The 7 laws of Tahuti, what is it? Nothing is accidental or coincidental. Any law anything that you don't understand is a law that you don't recognize.
You know, before we go off, and I want you to, you already said to cure depression is on you, and you agree.
Facts.
But you know what I often think before we go into our next topic, is anxiety. And I could speak on this.
Oh, yeah,
oh Lord.
Right
More
now.
depression, anxiety.
Right now. Nigga.
I still struggle with it, but I'm better at it because my mind gets stronger.
Yeah.
My mind got stronger, so I can control my physical.
And breathing.
Yeah.
And
big. I tell everybody that all the time. Big time. Big time.
House.
This is not a myth.
Your breathing, you can do magical things with breathing.
But I often think, and that's why I don't take this motherfucking lightly. And anybody, and we not unique, and we all unique. I'm sorry, we all unique. So anybody that thinks that happen to have this. Even if I don't care.
Because there's 7.5 billion people on the planet,
exactly.
and not all of them
That's
think
my
like
point.
me. So I am unique.
We
And
are
the ones
unique.
who watch it, and the ones who vibrate like me is unique also.
It's unique. You have to understand. And no matter what level you're on.
Not special.
And no matter what level you're on. And no matter what level you're on. Whether it's from us to you just start and you just have a feeling in your gut to Billy Carson to above to Inky and
whether you're in pre-K or in undergraduate
you got that. Guess what? You're on the path. And why you? And why you?
That's what makes you.
No matter
unique.
what race, what you are, I've seen it come in every shit.
It doesn't matter.
Why you?
It doesn't matter. We all one. We all.
Don't get it twisted. We preach blackness. We love it because we black.
Because I'm black. That's
but we're not stupid. The high frequency, we understand that it comes in every shape, form, and fashion. So
right.
if
Because
you vibrate high,
it's going to express itself in every fashion. Even this makes sense to you. Yeah, and even with the lifestyle of, say, somebody's homosexual, and I may not agree with it.
We overstand, trust us.
I overstand, so I hate no one. I love everybody. Because love is the only fabric to cure.
Was also created.
You're right.
Love
is the only fabric to cure all ills. So I love everybody. What you do is what you do. You keep that to yourself. But I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're supposed to do as a higher frequency being. We figure out everything else. If we could just figure out how to love, we could figure out everything else. Everything else would be easy to work out. We could figure out the ills of the mind if we could figure out to love.
It sounds so simple, but figuring out how to love is hard as fuck.
That's motherfucking true. Because
there's
so many things to divide.
There's so much fucking facts.
I don't like your lifestyle. Yeah. I don't like this. I don't your religion. You black. You Spanish. You white. You homosexual. There's so many different things that separate us that it makes it hard for us to love. But
that was depression, and I hope we helped. We hope we helped, because we all suffer from it. Nobody's immune
to
depression or feeling, being emotional. We all humans. Everybody go through stuff. Rich, poor.
Nobody's immune to feeling a low vibration frequency.
Fucking big dick, small dick, big breast, small breast, big butt, small butt. Everybody goes through it. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody has some kind of insecurity.
You get a trust fund, baby. We all go through it, bro. So it's like, hopefully that, and it all starts with you, no matter where you at in life. But the next form is anxiety.
The man in the mirror.
Anxiety.